Hello and welcome to the Sunday Chat. I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and this is my chance to have a little catch up with all things Bald Explorer on this fine Sunday morning. It's the 26th of September today, 2021. Fast getting through the year. It'll soon be October. My goodness, where has the time flown? I have a whole list of bits and bobs to chat to you about, so let's make no delay. First of all, I had this postcard sent to me, which is very nice. I think that might have been upside down there. And it displays the Romney Marsh. It says, "Hello, sir." Hello. It says, "Found this lurking in a drawer. Thought you might like a nice look at a nice map." And then it goes on a little bit about where the words Mallard Marsh appear is the site of a little something farm, and then where the site of wind turbines. And all I can see on there is a little bit that says me with an arrow to it, which is all very nice, but it's not signed anybody, so I've no idea for sure who it is. Now, I do have an idea who it might be, and it might be from Mark Burgess, because I know he lives down that way, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you do send me a postcard, please put your name on it. It would be so much easier, but I'd really appreciate that. It was lovely, and it is, as you say, a rather lovely map. So thank you very much for that. That was great. Second, I need to remind everybody there is no Bald Explorer group walk today. We were going to be walking on Ditchling Common, a 3-mile walk, and it looks like we've got fantastic weather for it. Very not too hot, not too cold, not raining. It looks absolutely brilliant, but due to things beyond our control, we've had to cancel that. And we've actually moved it now, so we postponed it, I suppose, rather than cancel it. And it's next Sunday. That's the 3rd of October. So I hope that you can still make that. But please, I mean, you're very welcome to go anyway and have a stroll around it. Of course, it's entirely up to you. But the lovely Julia, myself, Mr. Suggett, and other members of the group who were going to be there won't be today. So please don't go if you're expecting us. But if you fancy having a stroll beforehand, entirely up to you. If you missed it, we did make a video about it. And if I remember, I will link to the video in the description of this video. Yes, I will try and do that. So at least then if you're thinking, oh, actually, I wasn't able to go today, but maybe I can go next week, then have a look at the video and you'll see the sort of terrain it is. It's a lovely walk, actually, with a little bit of heritage, landscape and nature in there, all thrown in, and a murder. Yeah, we get to find out about a murder at Jacob's Post. So it's all quite exciting. So sorry it's not today. I need to thank Ed Sage. Ed Sage, you are a star. As you may be aware, due to a little bad luck more than anything else, I'm in the process of self-isolating, so I can't really go anywhere at the moment. And I made a short video just to let everybody know that this was the situation. But it was more really to say that the walk was cancelled, and of course that I can't go out and about for the next, during this 10-day period. And Ed Sage, bless him, thank you so much. He said, I'm going to leave some food on your doorstep, which he did. And that's very kind. I've pretty much got through it, apart from the bread, and I've still got some of the milk. Running out. I think the lovely Julia is going to do some shopping for me and do a similar thing, leave some food on my doorstep. So I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much for all the other kind offers that people have given me. It's lovely to know that there are some genuine, nice people out there who enjoy what I do and have come to my aid. I've been all right, by the way, absolutely fine. I've been very busy doing stuff, as you can imagine. Obviously not out and about, but it so happens, this is the bizarre thing, isn't it, that we have not a fuel shortage as such, but the HGV drivers are not to be seen anyway. We don't have enough of those, and so we've had panic buying at the fuel forecourts in the UK. People have suddenly thought, oh my God, we haven't got any petrol. And suddenly everybody's panic bought. And if you are one of those people who've panic bought, shame on you. If only people had just gone, okay, well, we'll muddle through, then we would have been all right, everybody else. But it is a bit of a selfish act to panic buy. It was like the old toilet rolls, wasn't it? Everybody suddenly went, oh, God, we're not going to have toilet rolls. And then a few people bought tons of them, and then there wasn't anything for anybody else. But I understand that we are in a bit of a selfish world, and people only genuinely think of themselves. So it's a bit of a shame. So my point being is, I wouldn't really be able to go out very far because, of course, people have bled dry the petrol and diesel for fuel courts. Now, I don't know what the situation is now, whether they're slowly being topped up, because obviously there are some HGV drivers out there, and probably we're slowly getting there. So by next week, I'm hoping that there's enough petrol and we can get out on that walk. And also, once I am released from this ridiculous situation, because, by the way, I'm absolutely fine. The people in the room that I was with, they've all tested negative now. So, and they were in the room much longer than I was. And so I'm absolutely fine. I have no symptoms. There's so minuscule chance that anything was. If they haven't got it, and I haven't got it, but they don't have to isolate. Yeah, work that one out. But there you go. So I'll go by the book. I believe in a democracy, and so we'll stick this out, and then afterwards we'll get back out. So I need to really think about where I'm going to go the minute I can get out of this prison cell, which is my house, which actually isn't that bad as anybody, please don't think that I'm depressed or anything about it. It's actually quite a relief to be able to sit down, do some reading, sort out the house, get on with a few other projects and bits and pieces. And the biggest thing I'm particularly liking is I can think. It's only really from today that I've got up to date with a number of bits and bobs I wanted to do, and I can actually think. So it's not so bad for me, so don't worry. The long format videos, thank you very much for all the praise that you have given me, particularly for the most recent, the Suffolk one, and the one at Saffron Walden, which was more of a fluke. I had no intention of stopping off there particularly. I just thought I would stop and make a video of the adventure going into Suffolk, and that was really lovely. I'd love to go back to that part of Essex. There's so many different counties, actually, that I would love to go and explore as part of my quest for England, obviously. And so it's interesting to get little snapshots and get some ideas. I mean, so far, I wanted to go into Herefordshire because I wanted to follow, what was his name? Watkins. I can't remember his first name. Was it Alfred Watkins and ley lines? I had this idea about a year ago that I wanted. Now, I know that a lot of people say, these ley lines don't exist, but I wanted to explore that theme, and I know that he lived in Herefordshire, and he was using some of those. So that, that's a county that I would love to explore. Obviously, I want to go back to Shropshire because I've got to know it reasonably well, having had a friend up there that I used to see very regularly, and I do want to go back up there and explore more. There's definitely more to see. Down in the West Country, as you know, been to Wiltshire, have been to Dorset, Devon. I haven't done anything in Devon. I've been to Devon many times with old corporate work that I used to do, but I haven't been there for a long time. There's lots of interesting places I'd like to go there as well. I mean, the whole of England, to be honest. We've been up to Cumbria, and we walked into a little bit of Northumberland. There's so many interesting... when I used to do the Vobes show just as a podcast, went into Lincolnshire. That's another lovely county. There's so many. So I thought what would be great is to really, what one needs to do is to go for a month, and that's a hell of a long time, but to go and ensconce yourself in a county for a month and then maybe get an Airbnb, perhaps several of them in different parts, and use the van for a couple of overnights, then go to another Airbnb, minimum amount of Airbnbs, but so at least you could empty the loo, get your washing done, have a decent bath, all that kind of stuff. But go and tour around the villages and look at the heritage landscape and nature in each different county. Now this, that might take 10 years. That's okay. I have no intention of stopping what I'm doing. It's just that the thing that I desperately need to try and work out is how to raise the money to be able to do that, because in these long format videos, I think it works so much better than just a 10-minute whiz round, although I think there could be a combination of both. These are just ideas that I want to do. And somehow I need to find out how we can raise the cash in order to make that happen, because so many of you have commented very complimentary about the long format videos and going away and doing stuff, that I really want to bring more of that to you. Of course, there have been some curious comments, like the gentleman who said, "Love your videos, but stop looking at the camera." And I couldn't understand that. You see, I mean, I did do a little bit of BBC training, presenter training, some years ago. Only for a week. I'm not a BBC man. I'm not in the woke brigade, but I did do a bit of BBC training, and the BBC training has always been absolutely the top of the tree. And the very notion that you would not engage with the audience by looking into the camera is totally and utterly ridiculous. I mean, that's like me talking to you here. So I nearly thought, well, I tell you what, I'll look at the floor when I do this. Hello, I'm Richard Vobes. I mustn't look at the camera. I must ignore you. Totally madness. But there are some bonkers people out there. I appreciate that he enjoys the video, but to tell me not to look at the camera is a little bit bad. But there we are. Now, I wanted to show you a couple of things, because whilst I was away in Suffolk, I was reading a book that the lovely Colonel Cragratty gave me, and I put it into... he's one of my viewers from Fareham, you may remember. He helped me build the interior of the van. Very nice chap. And I was reading a book about maps, and this chap being a map addict. It was fascinating, loved it very much. And in there he talked about a book, the AA Illustrated, I can't remember what it's actually called, it's probably written on here, Road Book, the Illustrated Road Book of England and Wales. And I thought, I've got to get it. It's from 1962. You know what I like, me and old books. So here it is. It was £11, but I think it's going to be absolutely brilliant. The Illustrated Road Book of England and Wales. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera then. I was going against my own thing. Unfortunately, hang on. I have another camera here. I wonder if I can do this. Well, this might not work, actually. Oh, yes, it puts in a tiny little thing. I forgot to change that. But you can see, hopefully, that this book is beautifully illustrated. Can you see? It's beautifully illustrated with things to see in all the different towns and villages of interest up and down the country. So I think this is going to be a fantastic thing if I can get away for a month or even for another week or something like that in different places. This is a fantastic way of learning about a place, because often you don't always know whether these things exist. This was in 1962, and it has these bits, tunnels and toll houses, interesting churches, gates. There are pillars and just strange anomalies even, and all illustrated in this rather beautiful book that came in this box like this. It's worth keeping that in the van, taking with me and exploring some of these things and bringing them to you and seeing if they're still there some 50 odd years later. And together with this book, which I did make a video about some time ago, the Dunlop book, Dunlop, this was given to me by lovely Lee Lawson, and it's a similar thing, gives you a bit more information about the towns, and I believe this is 1930s, And again, it's got information about the town, and it has some very, beautiful little line drawings. And that will tell me roughly at 90 years ago what was there. And with this one, I think it will make a fantastic little series of explorations looking for heritage that may or may not have disappeared. Particularly with in the 60s, there was a lot of redevelopment stuff, and some of these old things were just wiped away to make way for the dreadful, brutalist, nasty, concrete rubbish that we have found that now is slowly being removed, thank God. But some of that wonderful stuff has gone, and I'm interested to know what's still there. That would be fantastic. So they are interesting books that I've been looking at and thinking about. So, none of this is going to happen overnight, obviously. It all takes time. A lot of all of this stuff will probably start to come out and about next year once we get out of the short days, because we're getting into autumn and then the winter, and it's dark. It gets dark by 3, and what can you do? It's not even light till about 9, so you've only got 6 hours to try and do stuff in. If the HGV shortage continues and we can't get fuel, I was thinking, what will I do if I can't get out and about and go places? I may have to do a series of hiking videos in which I perhaps get a big backpack, fill it with what you would need, and just go hiking for a week and see if I could survive off the land. That I may not be so much the bald explorer. I may end up being the bearded explorer, but that was a silly notion that just came to me. So they're pretty much the ideas. I'm just looking back to see if I've gone through everything here. A month in each county. Enjoyed being away in the van. I want to definitely do more of that. The hiking videos, the AA handbook, the long formats, and we talked a little bit about the windmill or the recent videos. I'm getting out of this self-isolation on Thursday, thank goodness. Thursday's my last day, so Friday. So I got to think of a plan of somewhere to go, possibly Friday and Saturday. And depending on the weather, what will happen, of course. I'll get out of this self-isolation, stupid term, this isolation period, and then the weather will turn and it won't be nice at all. But anyway, I'll do something. I aim to have a video out on Tuesday, but it may be about me being at home and what you do when you can't go out. Who knows? And then probably one on Thursday as well. And hopefully something for Sunday or Saturday, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, we'll worry about that. I've got lots to think about. You've got a lovely day ahead of you. Enjoy your freedom. And I will catch up with you soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, support The Bald Explorer. And if you've got any ideas and things and you want to communicate, Richard@Vobes is my email address. Till next time, bye-bye.